midway through Heli-EXPO 2017. There's been a tremendous amount of moderate news, but a lot of aircraft under development. Obviously, this program has been exciting a number of folks as it's come along, but where do you stand right now? What can we expect to see from the Sky program?
Yes, I think we are now very close to the target. Target being evidently to reach the TC very quickly. TC meaning type certificate. We are certifying the aircraft in Europe. The process is running well. We have today the second prototype flying. This second prototype will very soon be met by a third prototype, probably end of May, early June. Then we will build another fourth aircraft, which will be the first pre-series aircraft, joining the couple early next year. These three aircraft will contribute to reaching the TC, hopefully in early autumn next year.
How much flight time have you logged on the various prototypes?
We are today at only 25 hours, but we are doing a lot of testing on test benches, which means all the dynamic components are already quite mature today.
What have you learned so far from the initial flight testing?
That it is complex to tune a helicopter. We have a very good team on board. We have very experienced test pilots and test engineers doing the work today. The aircraft is flying well. It's behaving very well, very stable, very reactive, and the power reserve we have built into the aircraft is really delivering a difference.
Well, you're up against some very big names. Helicopter companies have been established for a long time, but the problem with those established companies is they've been doing things the same way for a long time. What will distinguish you from your competition?
The aircraft is such. The features of the aircraft, for sure. Very, very big cabin. Totally versatile, totally adaptive. The power of the aircraft. And we are benefiting basically from all the technology advantages which have been developed recently, which are composite, which means light, extremely resistant structures, new engines, so the fuel consumption will be very much reduced. The power of the aircraft will be outstandingly high in comparison to the other aircraft, which means it makes it, as we say, the Swiss knife of the helicopter segment, and we will be able to do much more with this aircraft than the competition can do.
What particular missions and markets at this point are going to be your bread and butter for the near future?
No, I think we will target different segments of bread and butter. So we are greedy. Now, to be serious, this aircraft is totally suitable for a number of missions. It has been laid out from the beginning for the most demanding missions, which means flying high and hot with huge payloads. So we are able to top everybody in this area with this aircraft in terms of payload. Then when you see the cabin is basically that of a twin-engine helicopter, or even better than most of the twin-engine helicopters, which means we can do everything from police flying, border guards, EMS, VIP transport, which should allow us to capture a quite reasonable part of the market.
What are your plans for the American market?
So when we are doing a type certification in Europe, we have in all the steps already the FAA certification in mind, which means the FAA certification will come very quickly after. We are targeting a market entry in the US roughly in 2020.
And what kind of production plans do you have?
So we will start with what we call the launch customer concept. Launch customer concept means that we go with partners, operators who are mature, who are very professional with regard to maintenance, and who know how to operate and introduce a new helicopter. So you see here two colors on the helicopter. It's a little bit original, and it will not stay like this. But we have already two outstanding operators in Switzerland, being very, very sophisticated in doing the most complex missions in a very professional environment, which means somebody who can do more should be able to do less. Yeah. So the launch customer concept will concern roughly 10 aircraft, and building on this very rapid maturity building, we will enhance then to other customers.
Aero-TV is brought to you by Free Flight Systems is expanding its business into the Part 25 aviation industry through new avionics shop dealers. manufacturer partnerships, and STC programs. With a focus on the next-gen airspace and remote-mounted sensor systems, Free Flight Systems will continue to be a leader in the next-gen airspace. Visit freeflightsystems.com for details.
Have you ever wanted big glass in your cockpit but didn't have the space? Now with Avidyne's IFD series touchscreen GPS navigators and our new IFD 100 iPad app, having big glass in your cockpit is finally within reach.